screen here.
Okay, it's on. Okay.
This is probably one of the most beautiful cemeteries that they have in Europe, I think, because apparently when the Germans came, the Nazis came here, so the goyim of the city said, don't touch the cemetery because there's a holy man buried here, and if you ruin the graves, then they were scared something would happen to them. So considerably for Europe, the graves here weren't touched during the Holocaust. So I'll just show you a little picture here. So I'm going to just speak for a few minutes. Totally above nature that I'm here. It's the first time that I've ever been to Baal Shem Tov. My husband's been to Uman, I think 18, 19 times. I was there once for a few hours. I stay at home. That's where I am at this point in my life. And I saw that there was a Shabbat together with parents who are having issues, having a very, very hard time, who are raising very, 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 very special neshamas in this generation. And I saw the ad and I said to my husband, I said, we're going. I saw that Rabbi Weinberger was on the trip. I said to my husband, we're going, B'ezrat Hashem. And since we decided, I've been davening every day that I'll make it here because I knew that it was so special. I just couldn't believe the reality that it was happening. And I Baruch Hashem, I'm zocha that I have a job where I work very, very hard, and it's my parnasa lichora, but I work very, very hard to spread Baal Shem Tov's Torah. The whole soul therapy, Torah Nefesh, is Baal Shem Tov's Torah, and the Baal Shem Tov's Torah now that's keeping our heads above water in this mabul, in this generation. Rabbi Shlomo Katz gave a shir last week. He said, we're in a time now where we're Dor HaFlaga, Dor HaMabul, and Sdom and Amorah all at once. That's what the Gedolim said, the Tzaddikim said, that the generation of before the Geula is going to be all three together. And it's not just a little saying from the Gemara. It's hard. It's difficult. Everybody's going through whatever they're going through. It's hard. And the Baal Shem Tov came at the year where it says that the Maim Elyonim are going to reach the Maim Tachtonim. The Baal Shem Tov came out in Tafshin Reish and said, it's time. Vayafutzu ma'inotecha achutza. Rabbi Shimon, it's Torah Tanistar anymore. It's not only for people over 40 who are tzaddikim and who are holy and who are brilliant. This is the Torah that we need. This is the Torah that we need now to keep our heads above water, to be happy, to be the simcha, even though things are so difficult. And I sent a little clip to Naomi. I'll send it to the group. Just don't send it out. I don't know how. Just don't send it out, to all the groups. I'll just send it to the Nishmat group. I was in Barditchev yesterday with Rabbi Weinberger, and he spoke. And I listened, you know that I listened to a few shares from Rabbi Weinberger. And before my kids started having a hard time, I started listening to the Chavuras Yosef HaTzadik. And the first or the second share he spoke about a boy who died. And he said he might have died this week, but he was dying inside for so long. And there are so many children now who are dying inside. And when we say Mechayim Eitim in Shemona Esrei, have kavana that Hashem mechayez meitim. Hashem has the power to mechayem meitim. The people who are walking around who are feeling dead inside, our kids who are feeling dead inside, who want so much more, but it's so hard for them. And to hear him speak at the Barditchev, at the Rabbi Barditchev, what do we learn from Rabbi Levi Barditchev? We learn to judge favorably, to see people favorably. And with our call now, with the Nishmat call, what are we trying to do now? We're working on Ahavas Yisrael. What the last time Rebbe Arush spoke, she said, how do you have Ahavas Yisrael? When you daven for people, when you daven for each other, you create this love. You create this incredible love. Like Reb Desser says, like Ahava is from Lashon Mahavi, like to give. When you give, what's the biggest present you give somebody is tefillah. And then we came last night to the Baal Shem Tov, and there's like tons of, that's why I was scared to even tell anybody I was going, because I didn't even believe myself that I was going. And even on the way here, the bus driver got pulled over. I don't know, he was almost arrested. I don't know the story, but we by the time we got here, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I can't even believe the chesed. We got here and I was by myself at the Baal Shem Tov for 2 hours. I was by myself until Orit Ryder, she was with me for half an hour. We were by ourselves at the Baal Shem Tov, sitting together at the team of the Baal Shem Tov. And Orit also, we all know she mosers nefesh day and night to spread the Baal Shem Tov's Torah. And I woke up this morning and I just, like Chava, who I work with, she asked me, she says, so can you tell me something, what you feel? I couldn't. All I felt was I thought I was coming here to daven for my children, but I realized that I found a part of myself. I found this lost part of my neshama that I didn't even know was so buried underneath, that the Baal Shem Tov just brought up and really helped me connect to that. We know that our body is like a sole of a shoe to our neshama. Like if our sole of our shoe is like our we have a sole of our shoe and then we have our body. So the tzaddikim teach us that our body is like the sole of a shoe to our neshama. So we're all walking around with these huge neshamas walking around, and our body is just the soul of our neshama. And we're always learning. And what do we do? What are the women? We have the most special women who teach us every day. And what are they teaching us? They're teaching us to connect to our neshama, to get to know our neshama, to connect to our neshama, to feel the chelek elokam im al. That's what the Baal Shem Tov is saying to us. You are a chelek elokam im al. And he teaches us how to get to the chelek elokam im al. Also on the way to Barditchev, we stopped at the Me'orei Naim. And the Me'orei Naim he teaches beautiful Pnimis Torah and Parshat Shavua. And I didn't even open up the Chayei Sarah. I just opened up. Because it says when you go to the tzaddik, then it's good to learn the Torah of the tzaddik when you're at the tzaddik's kever. And I opened up, and it was the most beautiful Torah about how when we connect to the Torah, it's such a strong connection to Hashem's love. And when we imagine ourselves at Har Sinai receiving the Torah, that's connecting to Hashem. And it was so beautiful and so powerful. And the men came in and they played music, and it was unbelievable. So I don't want to take, it's almost Shabbos for us. It's almost time to get ready for Shabbos for you. And I want to thank Hashem for this beautiful opportunity, this beautiful experience. And nothing is stam, everything is planned exactly in the greatest diuk that it can be. The fact that I was able, it worked out that I could call, and it worked out that I had internet, it worked out that we could connect together as the Baal Shem Tov is just opening up Heichalim for us and open up Heichalim for Am Yisrael. I didn't want to talk in the Tziyum before when I was speaking, but I had in mind before we read the Tehillim and the Nishmat Kol Chai, I had in mind B'Shem Kol Yisrael, B'Shem Kol Yisrael. We know we say every time we say B'Shem Kol Yisrael, if it's before Baruch Shamar or if it's any mitzvah we do, we say B'Shem Kol Yisrael. We're bringing all the neshamot of Am Yisrael. We're bringing them all into the Heichal. We're uplifting, elevating them into the Heichal. I'll just end with one thing. Rabbi Weinberger gives a shir on Friday mornings in Rabbi Morgenstern's book B'Yam Darkecha. And he was doing up now a malach on eating. And last week he started a new topic. The Rav started a new topic on Dveikut. And on Fridays when I listen to the shirs, usually I try to do stuff. I wish I could just take notes on the shirs, but that's the time where I have to get ready for Shabbos. And I was standing in front of my washing machine and I was listening to Rabbi Weinberger speak, and he spoke about Dveikut and he spoke about being nocheach. He was explaining the whole malach of Dveikut at the beginning, and then he said, when you have Dveikut with Hashem, you're nocheach. You feel you're present with Hashem. And I just had this feeling, it just went through me. I was like, all the books, all the elevation, all the shirs, all the stuff you can learn about being nocheach, to hear Weinberger, someone who's such a dugma ishit, such a role model, to be nocheach with Hashem. I just felt this like nochechut, this presence with Hashem. And I want to bless all of us together with us on the call, and all of Am Yisrael, to be able to feel nocheach, to feel Hashem's presence, to feel we're present with Hashem and Hashem is present with us. Like when we learn we do Ibodah do, to stop for a minute before we talk to Hashem and imagine Hashem saying to us, my dear daughter, I'm here listening to you. It says, Rabbi Nachman says he stops everything in Shamayim just to listen to us. He says, I want to listen to you, my dear daughter, to feel that nochachut, to feel the presence with Hashem. That's what we want. That every day, Rav Schwartz says, you have a chiyuv. Rabbi Schwartz says in Bilvavi, he says, you have a chiyuv to take time every day, like you have a job. You have a chiyuv to make time with Hashem. That we should be zocheh, to make time, to feel that nochachut, to feel that presence with Hashem. And Bezrat Hashem, to help spread Hashem's light and Hashem's love. And that we should come together so soon. This is like, I feel like it's like a mahalach. We're getting closer. B'ezrat Hashem, every step is a turbo. We need geula, and we're getting closer. And the more we believe in it, us women who are bringing the geula, B'ezrat Hashem, like the tzaddikim shalom gemara, Ayidei Nashim nig'anu, Ayidei Nashim niga'el, B'ezrat Hashem, we're getting closer. with our learning, with our nishmat, with our supporting our family, supporting our husbands, and Zat Hashem, we should all dance together so soon, running together towards the Beis Hamikdash. Amen. Shabbat shalom. And you can send me for sure. Please send me on WhatsApp.
Amen.
Yeah. One second, please. Avia,
I'm here.
you want to
Yeah.
go in, you want to go back in. If you can show the caber of the Baal Shem Tov for a few minutes, so everybody on the call has a few minutes to daven for whoever they want to daven for. So that way, instead of people saying to you, daven, bring it in, give everybody the opportunity to see it and to daven for what they need to daven for. And if you wouldn't mind saying the Tillim for us today, 13, 20, and it's 1:30, right? 13, 20, 1:30. If you wouldn't mind saying it for, if you wouldn't mind.
So first I'll go in.
Yeah, if you can go in, if you can give people the opportunity for just a few minutes to daven for what they want to daven for, and then